Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. This is episode 32. In the last episode we began the assault on Moonrise Towers. We killed Zariel. We had one fight with Ketheric already. And it seems there is more to come because he retreated into the bowels of Moonrise. He stole the night song again. So we're going to have to free her again, it seems. But in this episode we're going to be moving ahead, jumping down this hole. Ketheric is just gonna chill here because there are no harpers for her to assist. Into the darkness.
Yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
Must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
All of this, sitting beneath Moonrise. For how long? And how deep does it go?
We were down here before. Well,
tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
Close to. We were over here in a previous episode. Now we're on the other side of it.
It strikes me that for a mind flayer colony, there are remarkably few mind flayers about the place.
Squiddies have gone to war, is my guess.
On the Absolute's behalf? Well, there's an alliance I'd have been quite happy without.
Indeed.
The stench. Oh, I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
What is this place?
Nursery. Here, they become
Become what?
part of one mind. 4 little feet dancing to same song.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers. Here, the brains are harvested, made part of the hive mind.
But there is one little kitty dances to another song. Same song as you.
Where can I find this little kitty?
Locked up. Bad kitty. Thinks it is. Other.
What did you do to all these people?
Chop, chop. Help them. Become.
I need to find your master, Ketheric.
Master. No. Down. Deep. 1 of 3. 1 of 3.
And how about I send you to join all these creatures you butchered?
Yes. Yes. Please.
Honestly, Chopper's like tragic. I feel like they took him as a young bugbear because you can find like toys and stuff around and letters that he wrote. Look at them when we see them, but there's something else here.
Friend, you found the helm. We remember you well. You saved us once. Perhaps you can do it again? They are not kind to us here. We are different, they say, aberrant. They wish to repurpose us, destroy what they cannot fix. Please, help us escape harm.
So if you remember from the very first episode, we freed this creature from the dead body that it was in. It was stuck. And now we finally meet again, 30 episodes later. I'll free you.
Oh, thank you. You are a good friend. No. More. Rescuer!
And we are going to send Chop to meet his maker, because he wants it anyway.
Time for Chop! Free at last. No more Chop. Chop. Chop.
And he just died. Sometimes I forget we're very strong. But yeah, like, Chop has a toy block on him, which makes me think, you know, when he was a young bugbear, that's when they took him, and he's just been here chopping for his whole life. And it's really sad, especially when you read the leader and stuff like that. Alright, us. Let's get you out of
We
there.
are free! Thank you, friend. But perils remain, near and far. Better to stay together. You and us, we will remain with you. Call us, and we will be at your side.
We can now summon us. I'll be honest, I've never actually had us at this point. Because the only time I've actually freed him from the skull was during this playthrough. So we get to learn together what he can do. Oh, there are these brains, these mines around the place that we can pick up. I did forget, because I had the two from the very beginning of the game. I have them at camp. I forgot them. I have seen through the content that they provide if you bring them before, so it's not like I'm losing out on it, but probably with you guys that might have been interested in seeing that. I did forget them. I'm sure you can probably find it on YouTube though. Now once again, when you fight undead with a door in front of you, I like to just close the door on them and let them come to us. Just see with the Death Shepherd, like, those things can really turn the tide of battle. I mean, we are pretty strong now though, we're almost level 10. So I don't think we'd really have much issue from here, but just in case, you know. Good first strike for us. Death Shepherd's like, I'm just gonna stand back here and resurrect all of these dead bodies that are in here. I really like this music. Especially after playing through Dark Urge. For anyone that hasn't played Dark Urge but has played Baldur's Gate 3, you should play Dark Urge. It's like a whole different game. Can't like just one-shot him. Alright, we're gonna bring the fight to them since the Death Shepherd is not willing to work with us anyway.
Fool, damn you.
Let's light them up. Oh. Yeah, this Death Shepherd is just like, I'm gonna keep raising, I'm not gonna fight. It's the first time I've ever seen him do that, so we are gonna have to make our way to him. Alright, what we got here? We got some greater zombies. Some possibly normal zombies. Hey, we just hit level 10. That's pretty awesome. The next turn,
Press on.
he's in for a world of hurt. I wonder what kind of explosion hitting that tank would cause. 'Cause I can't say I've ever blown these
Go
up.
on.
Not too much of one. We're still with our level 10 level ups. We going back to Ranger now, since we got the 4 levels in Rogue. There's no point going level 5 Rogue because we just get dodge. Let's grab Bounty Hunter. Might as well grab Urban Tracker as well. It gives us more proficiency in sleight of hand. Gale is a level 10 wizard. Gains empowered evocation. Add the intelligence modifier to damage rolls with any evocation spells. Level 10 barbarian gets intimidate and presence, so you can just fear someone. I don't know if I'll ever actually use that, because it's not attacking. When you can attack or use fear, I'd rather just attack. And Shadowheart will be going level 5 paladin, which will grant her an extra attack. Now this, because she's cleric first and then paladin, it does get a bit finicky with the war priest charges. I might need to reverse that and make her paladin 5 and then do cleric 5 if it's too finicky, but we'll see. And she will also gain Misty Step and Hold Person. Hold Person, I think, is too overpowered in this game. I didn't even use it in honor mode because it just makes the game far too easy. I mean, it's pretty easy already for someone who's played, you know, over 300 hours, but Hold Person and Hold Monster makes combat a joke. So I never use it. But Misty Step, pretty good. Let's continue to explore after those levels.
The console bursts into life. A mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Let's begin. Generally, this doesn't take me too long to figure out. Maybe here and there, sometimes I'll fail one time just while planning, because, you know, getting all this in front of you is like, oh god, I gotta plan all these out, but hasn't ever taken me too long. So I'll quickly do this and then probably just cut straight to the end and let you know how it went. Alright. No issues. Did it completely first try. I have done it before multiple times, so you know, it's not like I need to think about it too hard, thankfully.
Our destiny, design, downfall.
Your tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss.
The grand design, order, perfection, unity, every plane as one, every being in their place.
That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind.
Taken, corrupted, gone.
And just as suddenly, pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
How did the Illithid Empire fall?
Probably with a great gooey bang.
I think I'll just keep the wake in mind, because that's the only one that actually matters. Like, we don't get too much story out of the other ones.
I feel glorious.
There is also this resonance stone. All nearby creatures are steeped in bliss. Have advantage on physical checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws. I'm going to take it and I'm going to send it to camp, because then every time
Well, good feelings never last, I suppose.
Every time I walk past it in camp, we'll get happy. Balthazar's notes.
Seems I can understand Illithid script. Thank you, Tadpole.
Thank you. So we can plug in the mines here.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison, if not the noble Ketheric features I was born with. I'd guess you're no willing guest of the gate either. Perhaps we might aid one another.
You called yourself Ketheric, is that some kind of Gith Yankee?
Oh, for a set of hands to slap your face! The Yankee lost their way the moment Gith threw down the Gate Empire. Only we, Zariel, continue the war to end the Gate forever. Only we fight them on their own battlefield, the mind.
You're remarkably sane for a pickled brain.
A Githzerai's mind is not so easily cracked. Our discipline was the very reason we were attacked. My order taught a psionic technique much feared by the Gate. They destroyed us for it, and kept me as a trophy.
I see.
I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
Insight failed. You want me to kill you? What if I can free you instead?
My people dwell in limbo, a realm of pure chaotic thought. With my mind gone, perhaps my soul will return there. Or perhaps not. Death, freedom, they are one and the same. Touch my mind, and purge it. At the very moment you do, I will make my knowledge yours.
As you wish.
The awareness that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, but you feel something left behind. A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
Now we have the Githzerai mind barrier. We have advantage on intelligence saving throws. Which is good because we're using the risky ring. So as I said, we can talk to the other minds and get maybe a little bit more lore, but it's not like super important.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
We'll have to kill a few mind flayers, but let's release them. It's honestly pretty bad to stack all of your party up when you're fighting mind flayers. Well, we won't be able to hit that one again because we're charmed. We're just gonna get charmed by a wood. Basically, charm just makes it so you can't attack that target any longer. Magic missile. Killed that one. Actually went too big on that one. Better safe than sorry. Devlor's actually a bit of a giga chad. He does a lot of damage. That was funny. Shove that one into the other one. These little fellas behind Shadowheart.
Time to deal some punishment.
Didn't know upon him. That was weird pathing. Man just ate my elemental. Boom.
Poor fucker.
And called a mind flayer, a poor fucker. He deserves it. I want to see Zevlor smite someone. I mean, sure, that kind of counts, but I want to see like a big smite. Well, we did get charmed, which means he's unattackable, but we can cleave. One more intellect barrack. Nice.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived?
Some. Others ended up in a cell in Moonrise. That's on you.
Somehow I suspect it's worse even than you imagine. Likely you heard that I broke, or froze, or some other lie kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
Sounds like you were being enthralled. It's not your fault.
It would be nice to think so, but whatever these monsters twist us into, I believe it begins in us. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends. But I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketheric is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Well, find your own people. They need you. Those that are left.
They have you. Go, my friend. Please. Let me do this much.
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacles. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But we didn't stand a chance.
Did you see the Duke?
Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human, and still trying to put up a fight.
Oh, stench. I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in that pod. In there it only smelled like me. Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive? No. Tell by your expression. Gonna have to fall on my sword, aren't I?
Not just yet. Alright, let's continue our search.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
That pod. Is that Mizora inside?
By Grazit's cock, it's about time you came.
Mizora, you are the devil you sent Will to rescue.
Thought you'd have figured it out by now. Now, enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
Do it, and I'll let Will off his leash. A devil always keeps her promises.
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has two devices marked with illithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Well, let's examine the device on the left.
The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
That one doesn't sound great. And what about the right?
You decipher the symbol. It's an illithid sigil, meaning unleash.
I guess we should let her out. Otherwise, Will probably isn't going to make it.
Good work. I'd give you a gold star, but as for the pact... Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
You're a disgusting little shit. You know that, Mizora.
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
Everyone cutting off their own dialogue in here, like Zevlor and Mizora now, just the end of their sentences have just cut themselves off. That warlock of yours is turning out to be more trouble than he's worth.
Oh, don't be so hard on him. With his daddy issues and all, he's had a rough go. Right. I'm out of here. I need a long bath. I'll leave you to your very serious business.
You do stink.
But don't you fret. If you survive this place, I'll find you. The pup will be needing me. Count on it.
If you must.
Oh, and ask Will how we met. I've loosened his tongue. It's real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
This place is an illithid stronghold. Let's finish what we came here to do and get out.
You'd think I'd have more sympathy for someone trapped in a pod, but perhaps we should have left Mizora where we found her.
Not entirely sure that was a wise decision. Better the devil you know, I suppose. The one Will knows, at least.
Take a look in here.
This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
No, thank you.
You are not ready. That's all right. But try to overcome this resistance sooner rather than later. It will make things much easier for you.
I will never. I think that's the first one we actually picked up. Suspended Ceramorphosis. Interesting.
General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the attackers.
How very astute. You should be careful throwing around such accusations at a true soul.
Trying to pull rank? And yet not a word of concern for our dear General. I shall present your bones to General Thorm as retribution for what you did to him.
You can try. Press her bone daughter. Another mistress of souls. We got Harry Henry. I like Harry Henry. Funny name. But he must die, just like the rest of them. But Henry's down. Scarlet, you're up. Let's throw a guiding bolt at Cressa. I like her pyramid hat. It's kind of funny. Oof. That's what it sounded like when she died. Just oof.
All's well that ends.
Nice.
Not as bad as it could have.
Letter from Iron Finger. Harry Henry's journal. I like coming through this area. I think it's cool place.
State will know my design. Our design.
Curse of Souls research log. Okay, page 2 has literally nothing on it. Interesting that the book's like, hey, there's another page. Nope. There is no other page. Journal of Macfew. We're almost to the end of this area. Almost fully explored it. Just a little bit further.
A whole fleet of nautiloids. How many true souls have passed through this place?
That down there looks interesting.
Can't give up now.
And the music changes. Alright, we've got a restoration pod here, which means it is time to do our final prep before the battle ahead. Let's get all our spells ready.
Let's get on with it.
As Shadowheart just said, let's get on with it. Let us head down.
Is anyone else's tackle squirming around a lot more than usual?
It's reacting to something down here. We should prepare to do the same.
Now, once we go through this door, we will begin the fight to come, but we are going to leave it on a cliffhanger. I'm sure no one suspected that. So, next episode we'll be heading through those doors immediately, meeting some new faces, and continuing our battle with Ketheric form. This episode kind of like the interlude between Ketheric form battle and Ketheric form battle. But at least we got a lot of lore today, and you know, good discoveries. We found us again. I don't know if us is actually going to stay with us. It's like an item that says until long rest, so I'm not 100% sure. This is the first time I've actually gotten him, so we'll find out. I hope you have a great night or day, depending on where you are in the world and where you're watching from. Hope you're looking forward to the next episode, because I find this fight to be one of the coolest fights in the video game. But I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.